So in today's Dokkan Battle video, I have something a little different, and it is going to be a brand new series, and I decided to go with Distortion of Time just because I don't think anything else would fit it, or just another name has been taken. And of course, basically I'm going to be going through every single banner, well not every single banner, but I'm going to try my very best to go through the banners in the game that have been released up until this point, and I'm going to be starting at the furthest point, which I believe is this one. I couldn't find anything before this particular banner, so after this I am basically going to go to the next one and just move on from there. So basically we are going to be taking a trip through time with the banners that were released and how the metas evolved, essentially, because this guy was like the best unit in the game upon his release, and now he is still a very good unit because he did receive a Dokkan Awakening quite recently, but at the moment on Global he isn't the greatest, and I'm going to be using the undokkan versions of the card just for the sake of it being accurate to how good they were at the time. And because I don't have the Agility Super Saiyan 2 Goku on my team, well not on my team but on Global, I am going to have to jump over to JP after I show off the Bardock. But yeah, hope you guys are having a great day as always, and if you do enjoy today's video, consider leaving a like and subscribing if you are new. And of course we are going to be using him as a lead, and let's just have a quick look at his card. So keep in mind, at the time of his release, this was a very good leader skill. 25% up to attack for all types. This was the best leader skill in the game, and now every single unit that is like basically being released is getting a leader skill like that. You take a look at Pycon, like an extremely better leader skill. You take a look at, oh well, I guess Goku's in Yuka. You take a look at Trunks. He has something similar as well, but much better. So you can see how units have evolved and how metas have changed. Basically, overpowered metas or just broken ones replace broken ones, if that makes any sense. You take a look at the New King, that was replaced by Gogeta. Gogeta was replaced by Super Vegeta and such, but that was a much more balanced one in my opinion. And now you have the 120% lead and the legendary rares, of course. So with no time wasted, let's go ahead and make this man our lead and just jump straight into an event. And I'm going to show him off against, you know, let's go with Vegeta just because I need the medals. But yeah, let's see how this goes. And I'm happy to bring another new series to you guys, and I know that quite a few of you are wondering where Forgotten Units is, and I did mention this briefly, but I do want to bring that back eventually. But there are certain units that I do want to get to Super Attack 10 before I show them off, and it will be a better representation of what they can actually do, of course. And I mean, if I pull in enough, oh, someone pulled Broly, congrats. If I can pull in enough of a specific unit, then of course I can go ahead and get them to Super Attack 10. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump straight into the event. And if you think there is anything that I can add to this series to make it a bit better, do let me know. But for the moment, this is what I'm going to stick with. But I definitely am curious to hear what you guys think. And I just try to think of unique things to do, because I know that it can get a bit boring to just see the same stuff over and over again. So I do try to mix it up as much as possible, and I hope that you guys do appreciate that, of course. And of course, I am going to be doing summoning videos and just the stuff that you would expect of me, but once in a while I will be doing different things, pretty much. So, we have, like, just this setup is crazy. Goku is way too good, but the thing that does it is definitely the ability system. And now that I think about it, can actually raise the super attack of the STR Bardock with the agility super rare one, so that may be something that I will consider doing later on. Because if you look at the Super Saiyan 3 Goku banner, there's a bunch of agility ones that tend to drop there. So it's definitely a possibility. Granted, he is a support unit, but every little bit of damage helps pretty much. Okay, so we have the Bardock up here now. Let's see what this man can do. Not too much. Oh, to be fair, he's almost dead. See, like, the way that I see it is that you have to take a look at his leader skill. So I did talk about it briefly, and how at the time that was a very good leader skill, but in today's meta it just isn't that good. That is, like, what he provides as a lead is a small portion of what leads like Goku and of course Gogeta provide. Granted, Gogeta does give a flat out boost, and he gives Riki as well, but in comparison it's just so minor. And the biggest thing by far is the fact that he doesn't give Ki. Key links back then were just like so rare, and especially prepared for battle, by the way, which is one of the reasons why him and Goku don't have it, but we'll talk about Goku later on. But you can see how units have evolved, and in a way, Bandai did fix a unit like Bardock. Not fix, but like improved massively, because in JP, when he awakens, he now does have prepare for battle, he does have a better leader skill, but his unawakened form is just so outdated, and up until his awakening, he just wasn't that great. Oh dear, are we good here? Because my Trunks is currently at Super Attack 6, and maybe if I'm lucky I will be able to pull more in the future. But the biggest thing, by far, is that Bardock as a lead does not provide key. Key is just massive. Granted, if you have a team of multiple units that share multiple key links, and of course it's not too bad. Take a look at Heroes, pardon me. One of the reasons why that team works with a Trunks lead, or a double Trunks lead in some situations, of course, is because the majority of the units there are, you know, fusions for one. So they share Fused Fighter at least. You have Over in a Flash, Shocking Speed, Prepare for Battle. Granted, Gotenks is the only one with Over in a Flash, but even so, you can see how teams like that can work because of how many key links they share. But when you take a look at a team like this, granted, certain units do share multiple links with each other, but it clearly isn't enough at times. And I want to super attack a Bardock, so let's see if we can get him a super attack here. And I had a feeling that was going to happen. I just had a feeling that key wasn't going to drop down the way that I wanted to. Damn it. And here we go. Goku is just going to blast this man away. Or he should. Kind of. He's not getting any crits, which is kind of worrying. And to be fair, we still have a decent amount of health, but it's crazy to see how different passives and leader skills have evolved. And I'm glad that Bardock is relevant again. He is definitely optimal over on JP. And of course, he will be optimal once he awakens on Global. And we should be able to take him out this turn. I think I said that last time and it didn't happen, but I believe should be fine here. I think I've said that like 10 times now and we've been close to death. But the point is, we are very close to taking him out. Kind of. And I kind of wish I could get Trunks to Super Attack 10, but I just didn't get enough SSRs of him. There we go. I only pulled 2, I believe. So I think I have another one left over, but I want to open one of his paths. Even if it's just to get him to like level 8 crit or so. I believe I can get him to level 11 crit. I mean, I'll get him to Super Attack 10 eventually, just because he is worth getting to Super Attack 10. But I will probably just wait for more agility. What do you call it? Agility, GT Trunkses, or Techs. Because they aren't that great, and I already have a copy of each card. And that is what I use to raise the Super Attack, D-Tech, and Agility. Super Saiyan GT Trunkses. That damage, unless you get crits on this stage, it isn't doing too much. And one of the reasons why I wanted to take on this particular event is because I still need medals from this event. So, isn't that convenient? Okay, let's keep Bardock around. Is this a good idea? Probably not. At least we're going to super attack with the man. See, if he had prepared for battle here, Goku would be super attacking right now, but he doesn't. So, I'm going to do this. We are going to waste a few items here, but for the sake of Bardock, I want to do this man justice. To be fair, against some of the older events, he may be a somewhat decent lead, but at the moment, he's just like, not really. He's not really that great, especially his attack stat. Wake up and face reality. That is a nice line. But, man, yeah. Oh, he's taking so much damage. And the thing is, I don't think he's actually providing anything at the moment because his passive isn't active. Because I think we were below that 50% restriction. And that's another thing that I didn't mention, is that he does have a restriction on his passive. And we could very well die here. So if we are dead, I'm going to jump over to JP. And we are dead! Okay, so you get the point. The Bardock is just extremely outdated at the moment, because his leader skill isn't that great for one, so you definitely don't use him as a lead. But I'm pretty sure that the majority of you have figured that out at this point. As a support unit, he is honestly somewhat decent. He is going to be your floater. Even on JP, he is a floater. But the point is, you're still going to be providing that boost. He does have that restriction, but again, it's kind of easy to maintain on an STR team, because when the Super 17 update comes along, where passives and super stat mechanics don't reset when a phase changes, you will be able to maintain that for a bit longer. But at the moment, he isn't necessarily that great. So moving on to the Japanese version of the game, and of course this is the Agility Super Saiyan 2 Goku. His leader skill gives a 30% attack boost to Agility Tech and STR types, and then of course we have that passive skill that gives the free key to all types, I believe, when HP is 99% or below, and he does not have the Prepared for Battle link, so even when he does Dokkan, they don't give him that particular key link. And they don't get rid of the restriction, by the way, but I would imagine that the majority of you know that if you do own him. And to be fair, the restriction isn't too much of a problem, especially on an agility team these days, because as soon as you get hit, it activates, and after that, it's just so easy to maintain because of how many tanks you have in your team. You have Vegito, potentially double Super Saiyan 4, so it does depend, it does kind of depend on what you run, but at the same time, it should be relatively easy for you guys, and I would imagine that they wanted you to use the Bardock and this guy together because of what they can both do. You have Bardock, who can give the attack boost and has that really good leader skill, or did have a really good leader skill at the time, and then you would have Goku that would give the key to all types. So let's see what we can do against what event do we want? No, screw Broly. We have absolutely no chance. Actually, we could have a chance there. Are we feeling lucky? Okay, so let's go ahead and take on the Janemba event. And I know that this is going to... Oh, okay. There is that maxed Super Saiyan Rose. Level 20 additional. I'm not even going to question that. I mean, I know what the right answer is, but I'm not even going to question that. So, let's take the Vegeta friend. And let's see how this goes. And I am going to try my very best to activate his passive straight away by landing on one of the, let's just call them pods, that get rid of your health. And there is one on the right over here. And if we're lucky, we will lose that 1% that we need to activate his passive, and we will. And he is in the second rotation. Could be worse. And of course, Janemba is weak against Super Saiyan, so we should be able to get past this event without too many problems. But I suppose we shall see. I just want a bit of a challenge, even though it's probably not the greatest idea for this particular video. But it will be interesting to see how well he performs in comparison to Bardock. And the thing about Bardock is that he does have that restriction. And Goku does have a restriction as well, but it's a below percentage restriction, which in this scenario is going to be a bit easier to maintain. And normally I am not a big fan of below percentage restrictions, but because it's technically such a low one, it doesn't really matter, because as soon as you get hit once, it's basically going to activate. So here we go, and I was about to say he should be dead this turn, and he certainly is dead. And now we have this, and he could very well die here yet again. But you see, the lack of prepared for battle makes a massive difference, and I would imagine that the link active there was saying lineage, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been, no, it's Golden Warrior, because Golden Warrior does give the one key, if I'm not mistaken. So it most likely was Golden Warrior that was the key link that he was giving Vegito. And now here we go. It did hit. And the thing about this man is that he can dodge multiple times. And there we go. Dodge. Okay, he didn't dodge the second time round. So we're doing a nice amount of damage here, making progress. This is a bit of a cheap one because he is weak against Super Saiyan, so it's kind of expected that I take him out. And yeah, the friend absolutely destroys my one. I have never pulled a Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta dupe. I pulled a Goku dupe, and funny thing, I've actually pulled the same amount of dupes for Goku on JP and Global. The dupe for Goku I managed to pull from the Gogeta banner, and that was a massive surprise. I wasn't even pulling for him. And on Global, I got him from his own banner, so that was lucky. Is Goku going to hit? He is. Okay, so we are very close to taking him out here, and my Vegeta could get an additional. And he is going to counter. Okay, I am not opposed to that. I am definitely not opposed to that. But again, like, the same applies to the Goku. When it comes to leader skills, his one just isn't good because of lack of key. And despite giving a, what do you call it? And despite giving the key, you can tell that in certain situations, units may still not super attack. And this could very well be where we die. Can he dodge the counters? Yeah, he can, because he dodged the last time. I think it's more a chance for him to dodge the counters, because I suppose they technically count as normal attacks. Did he dodge a counter? I'm starting to question myself now because 2 hit in a row. Please hit. Okay, that one hit. Of course, the weakest attack hits. It's not like a Vegeto's going to hit that hard anyway, so... Oh my god. I died. I actually died. I took so much damage from that attack. Wow, these leader skills cannot keep up with the current meta. Damn, I got absolutely destroyed there. I probably should have taken on a different event. But the point is, I showed off both Goku and Bardock, and it's a shame that I don't have Goku on Global because it would have just been nice to show him off there, but I don't even think... Wait, he does have his rebirth on Global, I lied. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. As always, I am basically just going to go through every single banner and showing off the main units from that particular banners. And it's just nice to see how different units evolved and how relevant they are now, and how the different metas change, how relevant they are. I just said how like 3 times in the period of 10 seconds. But the point is, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video as always. And if you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Your feedback is definitely going to be appreciated in this particular video, like it is for all my videos. But for this one in particular, I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. If you think that, there are different things that I could potentially add to make these videos better, definitely let me know in the comment section down below as always. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one.